Hello there, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having yourself a great day. I am, because today we're going to check out some SpongeBob books and magazines. In particular, they're actually Nick magazines that used to come out in the very late 90s into the 2000s. And when SpongeBob first came out, I thought it was a little weird at first, but then it grew on me, and now I absolutely love it, of course. And my oldest son, who has now moved out of the house, which makes me feel very old, I ordered magazines for him, and he still had them. So I thought that was pretty cool that I would be able to share them with you. So I guess I'm not the only hoarder of stuff. But today we're going to take a look at the magazines along with some Disney comic books that I purchased. They're actually from China and in Chinese, which is why I bought them, because I just love Asian culture and I love the way their text looks on stuff, even though I can't read it half the time. But I still think they look really cool. And then there's an English version of the book also, at least one of them. So I'm going to go ahead and share the English version along with the Chinese version of the comic book and compare them. I already used translation, and it is kind of funny because not every country has the same words as we do, and every country has its own slangs and all that stuff. But I find it very intriguing, and I absolutely love these comic books. It's pretty interesting. The English version is a smaller comic, and the Chinese one is a bigger one. So you'll see that when I take a look at these. And I guess I can stop rambling on, and let's just go ahead and start looking at these. Alrighty, so we're going to take a look at some of these SpongeBob magazines. I was so happy to find that my oldest son still had these. Like I said in some past videos, we were huge SpongeBob fans ever since the beginning, and I purchased so many SpongeBob figures and other stuff for my kids back in the day. Some I still have, some sadly I lost over the years or sold, just because the kids were getting older and I really wasn't thinking about collecting all the stuff. But yeah, we have a bunch of these, all in pretty decent condition. I have some books also I want to share with you, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know the exact date these ended, but I have quite a few of them. It's cool to look back at these and remember all the shows that used to be on. And I have not watched Nickelodeon in a very long time. I actually don't think I have it anymore because we have just basic cable because we have so many other services and I don't watch regular TV. So I pretty much just watch, funny enough, I have the Disney Channel or Disney Plus, and I barely watch it. However, I do watch a lot on Netflix and Amazon Prime and HBO Max, which is just called Max now, which is weird because there used to be Cinemax. But I'm going to move this over. Sorry, I'm off screen. But yeah, I have the camera up high, that's why I can't see. I always really enjoyed Barnacle Boy and Mermaid Man. They're just pretty entertaining, grumpy old folks. I'm getting to those ages, so I know how they feel. But it's really cool to look back at these, and I'm going to share with you also a comparison. I'm just curious, even myself, see how this is all written out, the way the flow is and everything. And then there's versions in China of the same comic books. I'm actually going to compare two books for you to show you what they look like in English and what they look in Chinese. And I've always been a fan of collecting things from other countries. I always had a fascination with many countries. So especially the Asian culture. So I am trying to have my friend get me a bunch of, I have numerous friends in there. It's funny to see a Disney cruise. Actually, Nickelodeon. Sorry, this is not Disney. A Nickelodeon cruise back in the day. That must have been pretty interesting. Would have been fun to go on. And I've only gone on one cruise so far, and that was a Disney one. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be a fan of it. It's great also in these because there's so many different artist styles. But yeah, I ended up really liking Disney Cruise. It was a lot of fun. I kind of missed it afterwards just because, you know, it was so free. You know, you didn't have any worries and you just were on the ship to have fun, and then you get off on the island and Castaway Cay or K, whatever the hell you want to pronounce it. I absolutely loved that island. It was so much fun. There's just so many different SpongeBob comics. And funny enough, a lot of these comics you may even have seen in SpongeBob trading card sets because they use comics a lot in the trading cards. Sorry, I was thinking of multi-things. You have to always remember whenever I'm talking, I have ADHD, and at times my brain is all over the place. So I do my best to stay on track. This one is very thin. I'm going to cover this because it has my address on it. But there is a Thanksgiving issue, and it's a pretty thin book, as you can see. But Planet 51, I think I actually watched that. It's very weird. And how would they not get sued? That is so close to looking like, oops, sorry, the glare. Looks like the alien from Aliens. Kind of interesting. I don't think that movie did very well. But yeah, this just has some brief comic strips in it. It's weird, it has a timer on the bottom. But these are really nice. I love this clean artwork. And speaking of like SpongeBob with ice cream and such, there's actually a figure I'm working on getting. It's pretty big, and it's SpongeBob eating ice cream. My friend Nicole is trying to help me. She has a holiday. Well, all of China right now has a holiday, and it's for a couple of weeks. It's the Chinese Lunar New Year. Sandy, good old Sandy Cheeks. I love Sandy. She has a great sense of humor too. And as you can see, it's not just SpongeBob. There's other comics in some of these. And I guess my oldest son enjoyed these so much, he used to write his own comic strips, which is funny because I used to do that when I was younger also. All right, on to the next one. This one's pretty thick. This is a Christmas edition, as you can see. And this video might be a little long. I'm not sure. I want to try to get through Horton Hears a Who. That was a pretty decent movie, actually. I remember watching that. Neopets. Good old Nintendo DS. I don't even remember seeing that one. My kids have a Nintendo DS. Didn't look like that one, I don't think. I mean, they've progressed over the years. This one actually looks like it has a poster. What is this? It's very thick, or is a page stuck together? No, I think that's a fold-out. Where the hell's the fold-out, though? I think it's stuck. All right, that's really weird. I'm not going to pull on it, but that is a folded over page. Quite interesting. Those are all the different colors of the Nintendo. Looks like different celebrities' birthdays. Spider-Man toothbrush. Let's see. Selena Gomez. That's a funny, actress. I think she's mostly known for singing now. But I remember some of these people. He's from Lost, from Harry Potter. Chris Brown, boo. Michael Phelps back there when he was very young. Yeah, Chris Brown was not the best person in the world. I do like his songs, but that's the thing, you twist in your head people who end up being bad, who used to be singers or whatever, but you really enjoyed their songs, and you're like, I don't know how I feel about this. High School Musical, oh, I could never get into that. Did not like that at all. I do like some musicals, but like the Harry Potter one, I absolutely loved that play and all the singing and such. Some old video games. There is an actual, these are the Nickelodeon magazines mostly. Then there was a series of comic books. I'm not sure why we never just ordered those. But there's SpongeBob Zodiac. That's quite interesting. So SpongeBob is January. Does that mean SpongeBob was born in January? And then they have like Patrick Starr's is February, and then the Computer Wife, and so on. So mine would be in July. I have Larry the Lobster. Who is your birthday? As you can see them all on here through December. My wife's would be in Squidward, the octopus. And my other kids, let's see, The Boys Are Back. I remember that show. It's crazy how a lot of stuff ended up after watching all the Nickelodeon shows and then seeing that documentary about all the horrible things that happened to the kids who were actors and actresses. Really, like, so sad to see what happened to Amanda Bynes. She was... I really enjoyed all her stuff in the TV shows, but sadly, Delgo, that did not do well. It's got a lot of awards apparently, but look, that is scary as heck. That is spooky. Delgo. All right, the best of Nickelodeon magazines. The next one. Yeah, so all these are the Nickelodeon, not necessarily just SpongeBob, but we're kind of just plowing through. Avatar. That was a good cartoon series. The original. I did not care for the live action movies. Everyone needs to stop doing that. There are some things that I've liked the live action of, but I prefer the traditional. Gosh, they had some really scary stuff for SpongeBob. I mean, look at these terrifying versions of... Look at that SpongeBob. That's scary. And there's no words in it, but it's just them being weird. Chickening out. Okay. Gag snags. Worms. This one does not look... Heck, there's hardly any SpongeBob in here. Yeah, all these are... I'm not even sure what these characters are. I haven't even seen half these things. I'm trying to think about when I stopped watching... yeah, there's no SpongeBob in this one. That's weird. He's on the back. To Love a Patty. All right, on to the next one. Let's see. Hopefully this is this version, which has SpongeBob in it. So let's see. I love seeing old magazines of what ads were in them. Spongicus. I don't ever remember that DVD. I'll have to check that one out. I'm used to seeing them in... I liked this back in the day. I should have done artwork. Even though it's mostly kids, you could send in your artwork and it would be shown in the magazine, as you can see. Scary SpongeBob with his underwear on, ripping his pants. Gary. Those are funny. And these are just some random things. There's the SpongeBob as a gift. Let's see how much the magazine was back in the day. So give 16 issues of the magazine for $2.20 an issue. That is crazy cheap. Nowadays, it would be very expensive. And then, of course, back then, I'm probably like, that's a lot for a magazine. But, yeah, I do want the old SpongeBob comics. I did buy a couple of them just because I really like the covers. But I do want to get the rest of them. It's funny they even, it's almost like 17 magazine or whatever the hell it was. Give you advice, like there's advice for dating in here and stuff like that, which is kind of funny. There's SpongeBob. But yeah, I'm just waiting on, while I'm shooting this part first, and then I'm waiting on the American version of the book I'm going to show you. I ordered it on Amazon. I'm just waiting for it to arrive, I believe today. So hopefully I get that. Avatar. Beautiful artwork in these books. And there's some Timmy Turner. And SpongeBob. Crazy Hearts. Whatever. Lip Grower. What the heck? Slime. One Kiss. Sure Love. Vote Log. Dream Girl. Sweet Talk. Got Doc Nutshell. Doc Bigu? Betgoo. I can't read. Call me. Some weird whoops. There's more weird things on there. Ooh, exclusive 3D comic book. 3D glasses. Membership card. I have to find those 3D ones. Interesting. There's good old Cowman. That was a bizarre thing. I'm trying to get through these quickly. This one doesn't have anything. Usually all of them, like it says on there, is comics and puzzles. And it's Patrick. It looks like a Halloween episode. Glop. Hubba Bubba Glop. I don't remember that. It's new, but I don't think that's around anymore. Some more kid drawings. I should have had my kids send their own artwork in. There's one of the famous SpongeBobs you see as a skeleton. Yeah, this is definitely a Halloween issue. Oh my gosh, look at... They're pretending it's like aliens, and he's coming out of an egg. Gary's coming out of an egg. This is kind of terrifying looking. Yeah, these are Full Moon Fever. Wow. And I'm currently trying to work on some really cool SpongeBob projects. I'm having custom frames made that are like the portals that you see, like these windows, but the round ones. I'm doing some frames like that. And I may do some square ones also. Good old SpongeBob. That looks crazy. From fear to there. I like when you have to find things, like missing things or words. I love word puzzles. I'm very good at those. There's good old SpongeBob, some traditional comic book art there. And these are what I was talking about, these types of portals. So that will be fun. Academy of Mad Science. Yeah, this is definitely a Halloween episode. 3 Musketeers heads. Okay, that's kind of gruesome. Chicklets. Danny Phantom. I didn't watch that so much. And then the other one was what it was, a teenage robot. There's the good old famous SpongeBob as a skeleton, which there's figures of numerous ones. There's a bunch of figure series I've seen that have the half body, half thing. That looks like the kid actually wrote in it. How dare they? All right. I'm trying to move a little faster on these. Whoa. Just wanted to go through the ones that I actually have. This one is Kung Fu Panda. And I'm not sure that it's all. I mean, obviously you can skip through this book. I mean, this video. Journey to the Center of the Earth. That was a great movie. Not really. Wall-E. Wall-E. And let's see. Gotta start moving through these. At least when I try to do these videos that are, you know, just magazines and such, I try to give you some other fun info. This one isn't that great, and this is what was disappointing when you get magazines sometimes. There isn't always entertaining stuff in them, and you're like, geez, what was the point of this one? So yeah, there was barely anything in this one. Next one is another SpongeBob, so good old SpongeBob blowing a bubble. Trying to show you all of it. All right. Monsters versus Aliens. I remember that movie. 2009. God, this is so long ago. It's like looking in a time capsule when you look at some of these magazines. Popular people at the time. Mario Lopez, Rihanna, Howie Mandel, still no hair. Keanu Reeves and Reese Witherspoon. And they're still pretty much famous to this day. Or popular, I should say. Miss Butterworth. Interesting. The comic book. Funny this, I was going to say there's a SpongeBob on the cover, but barely any SpongeBob. That's why I need to get just the SpongeBob comics. But, and I guess these are, find what's wrong in this photo. Those are ones that are fun. I used to be great at scanning with my eyes to find things. This guy's trying to be all like suave and stuff. Alrighty. That was a very short one. Whoa! Earthquake. Sorry about that. Oh, geez. We have this book twice for some reason. Excuse me. I'm getting down to a couple here. Jesus, I'm losing my voice. There is good old SpongeBob doing Halloween stuff. This one is very short magazine also. They're like, we said we would send you a magazine. We didn't tell you how much would be in it. SpongeBob cheese. Bet you that would look great if you still had those. Oh, Lord. Everyone has one eye. Except Plankton is the only one with two eyes. SpongeBob looks scary with one eye. That's pretty wild. Oh, now they got their eyes back. Oh, it's a short comic, I see. SpongeBob's picking his nose. And that is about it for this one. Don'ts by Graham Wilson. All right. That one was kind of boring. All right, let me see last one so we can pick one out here. Oh, geez. We got 3 more that I'll do. How's that? Make sure that none of them have my address. No, they don't, for the most part. All right. And this one says comics on it, so these 3. There is SpongeBob in a fish tank. I think we took the wrong turn, Patrick. I think they did. And again, you could have your art in the comics. That would have been fun. I miss the old Nickelodeon. It's been a while. And they're, look, only $1.99 an issue. 50% off. Well, I want that magazines now. I don't think they have them anymore. But there are, this one especially has a lot of SpongeBob pages. I like that. Good old Flying Dutchman, which I need to finish fixing an animation cell of the Flying Dutchman. So stay tuned for that. That's pretty funny. SpongeBob and Barnacle Boy. That's wild. Definitely a lot of SpongeBob in this one. And there's another advertisement for the magazine. That's pretty freaky looking. I've seen that style quite a lot in some magazines and cards, I believe. So we got lots of Rugrats, then we got SpongeBob again, and some Crazy Bubbles. Speed Racer, that's kind of scary. I remember that though. Well, I remember the original Speed Racer, and then they brought it back out. Alrighty. And Toxic Waste, that's still popular. That stuff is very sour. I don't really care for it. Not many words in these. Chomp. Riff raff. There's so many pages in this one. Now this is the kind I like, seeing all different variations of SpongeBob. Trying to catch a leprechaun. There he is. The magically delicious. And some Avatar Airbender. The last Airbender. So many pages. All right. Oh, Lord. Look at SpongeBob there. He is got a few utensils stuck in him. I got the hiccups all of a sudden. I'm trying to stop. All right. There it is. We'll look at this one last one. And I'll show you the book. SpongeBob Patrick dressed up for winter. That is a Patrick as a dressed in a bunny suit has been used. These are cute. They're Christmas things you could cut out to do to and from gift tags. And there's good old SpongeBob and Patrick. Oh, Lord. Patrick's butt showing. That's interesting. Someone would have a fit if that was in today's comics. There's some more SpongeBob. A lot of these are still available on like eBay. Obviously, they're probably priced higher. I haven't looked into them. I have looked into some of the comics, and they're definitely pricier. Most of them start off at like $12 or $15, and then go up very high if they're graded and such. So, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the other books that I was talking about that are from China. Alrighty, so here we go. We're going to take a look at some of these SpongeBob comic books. They're literally books, not like the smaller versions. The first one here is the English version. And then I also purchased from Temu 3 different versions of these comics. I only bought this one for now. I'll eventually get the other ones in English. I just wanted to get this one for now to show you the comparisons, and because I have the Chinese versions here. And I ordered this on Amazon. This is how I received it. It had big holes through the envelope and actually through the book. It's very mangled. Also, the front is all bunched up. There's holes in there also. So this is the version I'm returning. I just wanted to look through this, and then we'll take a look. Actually, we'll compare both of these in a minute. Let's just go through these first. And this is the Chinese version. Pretty much everything stays the same in regards to artwork. I think they're 100% the same. I think the bubbles, I'm not 100% certain. Let me double check real quick. I think the bubbles are pretty, text bubbles that is. Hold on one sec. Yeah, so they're able to squeeze them in. As you can see, day off day, which is interesting because here, same words used, they're written different for these two words. Interesting. So anyways, we'll skim through this first. One of these pages actually has glitter on it, which is kind of interesting. It's imprinted into the paper. But I mostly bought this because I just absolutely love Asian culture. I love the fonts for Asia or Chinese. It just, I don't know, it looks cartoonish, but not that this doesn't. I mean, SpongeBob, the logo, it's unfortunate that people in China don't get to see the original SpongeBob logo font, which I thought, maybe they could keep that. I know it's a different word in China, but like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, sometimes those are used in their original logo. I guess it's also the rule of whoever's doing licensing and such. But anyways, go ahead and take a look at this. And in this one, this is the glitter page. I don't know if you can see that on camera. This one's actually embossed, however you want to say it. I say it differently at different times, so I apologize. But trying to get this, make sure I'm on camera. I have to do it a different way. I have to do it from upside down because otherwise I can't stand in front of this book. I need to work on a better setup for my camera, but I'm hoping to get a different camera at some point. But funny thing, Miss Puff is actually Mr. Puff in the app I use to translate. So I'm not sure, maybe if she got a sex change or something. Haha. But it's just interesting. Even some of the other words are obviously not every country has the same words as we have. So, especially all the United States slang and everything else. But I love these books mostly for the artwork. I don't read that much, especially anymore. I can't because my vision is so bad. I cannot see this to read it, obviously, anyways, because it's in Chinese. But even the English, it gets very painful in my eyes. So I have to use special apps to read books. If I want them read, I have to scan pages or I just listen to audiobooks because I'm unable to read anymore, unfortunately. And there's SpongeBob's mother as an actual sponge. That's pretty funny. These are slippery books. These, my lord, Patrick's running around butt naked. My man ain't got nothing going on down there. Poor dude. For some reason, he wants to be a hot air balloon. So, like a Macy's parade, there's Patrick's butt. I just love the artwork in these. That is creepy. That'll give you nightmares right there. It's also cool to see when these books, it's not all the same artist, so you get to see different, here's a weird one where SpongeBob gets chopped in half. Now he looks like Plankton. And the fun, good thing about SpongeBob, pretty simple characters to draw in themselves. They're just kind of basic shapes. Obviously, SpongeBob's a square. So I might do videos in the future of me drawing or attempting to draw SpongeBob. Here it looks like if you're old like me, sea monkeys. They were on the back of comic books back in the day. You could order sea monkeys, and they were supposed to kind of look like this, but in reality they're like tiny little plankton or something. You just add water or whatever it was. I can't remember, it's been so long. But they were literally just these little specks of things you could barely see. And you're like, oh man, I wanted to see the sea monkeys. Kind of literally like this. They're probably making fun of that. I can't see at the moment, but because I don't read Chinese language, unfortunately. I wish I could. I use apps to, most of the time, or I have my friend help me. I have a lot of friends in China now. And I'm praying that civilian orders from China aren't going to get the tariff thrown on them, because that's really going to suck for me and many other people. Whoop. But if you want to get these books, I'm not sure if they're on Temu anymore, because I did another look for SpongeBob books and I couldn't find. That's an interesting font, whatever that word is. It's just multiplied over and over again. 88, if we can remember that page, I will. And I love when they do close-ups. They usually do full paintings, which is really cool. I like to see those. There's somebody's tongue with a rotten tooth and ghosts coming out. Looks like SpongeBob has a bad tooth. There's a very simple design in SpongeBob. No outlines whatsoever. That's kind of interesting. And then there's rudimentary style. And there's the author. Sadly, he passed away. But here's a look at all the books. So there is book number 1. And let's go on to this one. I haven't even looked at this one yet, so you're looking at it with me at the same time. That's scary. I hear a cat meowing. This one has a lot of Barnacle Boy and Mermaid Man, I believe. Yeah, they show like the real life version, which is more like an actual comic figure in the old comic books, compared to what the cartoon SpongeBob version is. There's a dolphin painting. That's interesting. This definitely reminds me of like old Superman, Wonder Woman comics, the style. He's got the conch shell on his head, conch, what they use for a speaker, like a walkie-talkie. There's Plankton dressed as a thief, I guess. My lord, look at that. That's Barnacle Boy and Mermaid Man. Their cartoon version is looking at the kind of live action or comic book version of them. Look at that. The lobster. Larry the lobster looks a little buff there. Jesus. This is scary. That is wild. These are definitely interesting. You give kids nightmares if they saw these in the original. I kind of wish they did. They looked pretty cool. Yeah, this one's mostly Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Is that who's on the... Oh, yeah, I think all these episodes are, because that is who's on the front. Man Ray. These are really cool. I'll definitely have to try to get these scanned so I can see them. What in the world is he doing? I don't even want to know. Wow, look at that. Font is crazy. This is a really awesome book. It's literally like Marvel's, mashed in with SpongeBob. Oh my God. That's like Superman. Crazy. That's pretty neat. Oh my gosh, there's SpongeBob. Oh my gosh, I forget the name. Oh, the Dirty Bubble's coming up. Batman. This is wild. Oh my God, there's so many superheroes in here. That literally looks like Wonder Woman. Interesting. And then I love this. This would make a cool painting. I've seen similar for Star Wars, where you have like kids playing and dreaming, but overhead they're the real life things, like action people or whatever doing something. That's pretty wild. They're like playing with their toys, but they're dreaming of, in their heads, it's like the movie. Larry the Lobster. I just love the font for Chinese. It's so cool. I would be curious to see, you know how like America and probably other countries too have like so many variations of fonts. I would like to see all the different ones for Chinese things. I have to see if I can find an app. I know some apps have, or websites have places you can download fonts. I do it all the time. And it'd be interesting if you could go and find just a Chinese variation of that with all different types of fonts. Because a bunch of websites I use, you type in the word that you want to use and it'll show you what that word looks like in thousands of different fonts. So this was really cool. I really enjoyed this one. I'd love to see actual episodes like this one. It's pretty wild. And this one looks like it's The Ghostly Ghost. Alrighty. So, ooh, it's Halloween. I enjoyed the Halloween versions of the Spongebob comics. There's some really good ones. Trying to just skim through these in case you don't ever get a chance. I thought you might enjoy seeing at least the artwork in it. I would have loved to be able to do artwork for SpongeBob comics. And then we are done with this one. We will look at real quick comparison. I just wanted to kind of show you what some of them. I really like these the artwork in there. Looks like this one's just various SpongeBob's. Boy, that's very cartoon style or kid style. What in the world? That's a crazy dream, Squidward. I'll have to see if there's any more of these. I mean, I know there's tons of comics because I always do a lot of homework to find. That's a cool one of SpongeBob riding a jellyfish. Every time I see artwork and stuff, it gives me ideas for my own stuff. But there's bubble versions of them. Ooh, there's a scary looking Gary coming up. Look at that. Gary got some evil teeth there. That's funny looking. My lord, is that supposed to be Squidward? This is a crazy style too. Oh my gosh, look at that. Poor Patrick. Who drew this one? Oof. That's kind of scary. I gotta finish. I have this cell to show you soon. I'm gonna try and fix. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to think of many. I'm trying to think about something else at the same time. My brain's getting overloaded. Ooh, what in the world is that? Interesting. All right. So those are the Chinese versions. And let's take a look at the English one. Obviously, the art hasn't really changed. The ones in the American version have glossy pages, so they're a bit more shiny, as you can see. Let's see page 79 in here. For instance, I'm just curious if this covers the whole page. Okay, it's still similar. But yeah, as you can see, it's definitely a lot. Hold on. This page is trying to close on me. So they leave out a lot of stuff in the Chinese ones, which is kind of unfortunate, unless they have it written somewhere else, because the creator, the story, the ink people, the lettering get no recognition on here, and that's unfortunate. But the colors are definitely brighter on the American version. The fonts is different on the pages. Oh, we were going to look up, what was it on 89 or 88? All right, I'm curious to what that word is there. And let's go to page 88, 89, the next page. Nope, it's the next one. Alrighty. Okay, it just says rat-a-tat-tat-tat, and it just keeps repeating. But I'm curious to, but yeah, see, pretty much exactly the same. The bubbles really don't change at all. So they either get them without all the words in it, or they white out them themselves and then just do them. But yeah, this English version is pretty much the same. That's really definitely a lot brighter, that's for sure. But I just wanted these for my own collection. I also have versions of movies in Chinese. I have some SpongeBob and some Disney movies. But yeah, I thought you might enjoy these. Like I said, if you want these, you probably could try Temu if they're still there. I know they were getting low on stock. You might be able to find them other places too. A lot of times when I do my research, I use image search, and then that's how I'm able to find different locations of items, and I do my best to look around and find things. I thought you might enjoy this, especially if you like reading. But look at this, even the author, actually, maybe that's what it says, very tiny under there, which is definitely interesting. Let's see what this side, does the side, oh, I'm not even sure what all that says on there, but anyways, that'll pretty much wrap up this video. I'm not going to go through all of it, but like I said, it's kind of funny when I translated Miss Puff, it came out Mr. But I hope you enjoyed this. I want to have some more books. I have the magazines in this video also, and I'll stop rambling on because the video is probably getting pretty long. And if you haven't already, make sure you do subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'd like to wish you a magical day, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.